On November 18th, 2016, Japanese game developer Game Freak released their newest installment of their acclaimed Pokemon series known as Pokemon Sun and Moon. In it, a new format was created, a way to play Pokemon never seen before. I hate intros. You've seen the title, you're here for the good stuff. FFA, which is short for Free For All, is a fucked up, absurd metagame and I absolutely love it. So let me tell you about it. Let's start from the beginning. FFA is completely unique from all other formats, as it's not just a 1v1.
Well, you see, VGC is also a...
While every other format consists of a player versus player duel, FFA has 4 different players fighting at the same time. As you can imagine, 4 people with all different teams and strategies playing simultaneously creates a lot of things to keep track of in one turn. You got 4 people, 4 minds, 4 actions, and probably 3 of them are targeting you because your lead was a fucking Glimmora. Wow, Carrot, this all sounds cool, but how do you even make a good team in this format? Don't worry, vaguely racist voice in my head, I got a little instructional video for you that explains the basics of FFA. Just look at this. Alright, welcome to FFA Team Building 101. Today we're talking about how to survive when your lobby is full of absolute dogs. First step, there's no hyper offense. You need to understand that you're not that guy. You need bulk, you need defense, you need therapy. Now listen up, your team has to have balance and not that meditation shit. It means that you need a team that can handle a grand variety of situations and more often than not, multiple situations at once. The trick is you don't need to be perfect in every scenario, you don't need to counter everything, you just need to avoid getting instantly bent over the moment some toss-up rings the team that looks half decent. But hey, come over here, wanna know the actual strategy? Yeah, it's protect. Yeah, it's that simple. Protect's the glue, mate. The duct tape, the life jacket keeping your goofy little mons alive. In these streets you are never safe. Having the option to just say nah for a turn is vital. It lets you dodge doubles, scout for sneaky Z moves, and most importantly, not get immediately fucked the second your goofy little ass tries to set up or something. Next up, you must have a way to remove entry hazards. No excuses. Spin, defog, even fucking mortal spin. Whatever the hell it takes. If you don't, you're just feeding the lobby free damage every time you swap in your little goober. And fucking suddenly your tank is sitting at 50% before it's even clicked to fucking move. Hazards are like the silent killers of FFA. Don't notice them till your win con dies on entry and you're crying in chat. But aside from that, mate, team building is very similar to singles. Most of what's successful there can be translated well into FFA. Okay, mate, that's a wrap on FFA Team Building 101. Remember, it ain't about perfection, it's about surviving. And while Mina Nakubra did a perfect job explaining team building, remember that your team is only part of the brutal psychology warfare that is FFA. You can bring shitmons so your opponents ignore them, or actively have moves that help one of your opponents try to team up with someone to fight against the others. This rags to riches approach is a great segue into moves, because a lot of moves that are mid and singles become god tier when they hit everyone. Poison gas is big one. It hits all opponents, Bradship, it forces progress, and with 90% accuracy across 3 targets, it's practically impossible to miss all of them, unless the universe personally hates you. Oh yeah, mate, and then there's the cheeky ones. Like Perish Song, and FSA is perfect for forcing switches and destroying the hopes of dreams on that dude that's already on his last mon. No setting up can save them now. And if you're in your Wolfie era, pair it with shit like Shadow Tag or Arena Trap, people will scream at you. But hey, who gives a shit? What the fuck? Hold up, there's something at my door. Wait a sec. Oh my god, it's 4 Trees trademark from the 4 Trees trademark Twitter account. What brings you here today? Yo mate, do you wanna like say something?
Let's talk about hazards. Entry hazards in free-for-all are really damn good. If hazards are already of great value in regular singles with 6 mons, yeah, like now triple it. By clicking a singular button, you are setting unprotectable pressure against all 3 opposing teams. And even if one of them removes the hazards from their field, there's still 2 other players that still have to deal with them. Now, it's not all upsides. Having 4 Pokemon on the field means that it's usually pretty easy to remove hazards, as Rapid Spin and Defog, while they can be protected, they're way harder to block, as usually you can just pick whatever target you know isn't gonna protect in that turn and get rid of them. This makes the hazard game less about maintenance and more just throwing shit at the wall until it sticks and being annoying. And you know, throwing shit at the wall, pretty effective. Let's talk specifics. Starting with the regular spikes, the fact that they can be stacked makes them probably the best entry hazard, as they are the definition of spammable. you can just keep chucking them. The opponents are gonna have to do something eventually, because if not, their match is gonna become absolutely unplayable. This makes defensive spikers incredibly annoying to deal with, as you can't really leave them to their own devices, but you usually can't beat them single-handedly either. Finally! This makes it so that these types of mons unironically become the biggest damage dealers out of like everybody. So spikes are great. Rocks, yeah, I mean, they're alright. The fact that they cannot be stacked already makes them like 10 times worse than spikes in every single way. Still, they can be pretty useful, especially against some targets that are weak to rocks and don't tend to run heavy duty boots. Finally, there is Sticky Web, which is weird. Since it's way easier to remove webs in this metagame, you might think that that would make Sticky Web just bad. And like, yeah, full Sticky Web teams that rely on it are terrible. But since webs give a big defog to the opponent instead of chip damage, they have a lot more value as a way to hinder specific strategies, rather than just being mindless spam. So under the right circumstances and versus the right opponents, it can be extremely powerful. Finally, let's talk about some of the counterplay against hazards, which comes in two ways. Either spinners, such as the Domfans, Cyclizar, and Forretress, or defoggers, such as Corviknight or Weezing. Also, it's important to mention that defog only removes hazards from your side of the field as well as somebody else's, so you can play around who you use defog on. And that was absolutely everything about hazards. I think I'm forgetting something. Oh, no, go back!
Well, thank you for nothing, for. Now I need to buy a new fucking door. But you know, wherever a door closes or explodes, a new one opens. This has nothing to do with the next part, but I couldn't think of a segue. Did you listen to all of that? Well, now you can just forget it, because you don't need shit. You can yap your way out of any situation. You just lost 3 Pokemon. Tell the other players, yo, James over there has 4 Pokemon. You will instantly have fewer eyes on you. If that's not your style, I reckon you can also just build alliances by defogging other people, helping them, or generally supporting them and being on their side. Maybe you don't kill one of their Pokemon when they're currently on low HP, or you tell them when you're gonna use a spread move so they can protect in time. This works especially well if their team hard counters your team and you can circumvent an early defeat. And while you already have an alliance built up, you can say, yo Michael, can you please help me kill Peter over there? He seems very dangerous to us right now. And also because this is FFA, there is no rules against backstabbing, right? So if you're a horrible person, you can also backstab your friend. I wouldn't do that if you think about playing more than one match, because your track record isn't the best if you keep on backstabbing people. But here's a tip. If you want to be really efficient with your alliances, just make friends outside of the actual game. Play with people you know and you like, because playing with people you like isn't just way more fun than playing with strangers. It also gives you an advantage, because you know how your enemies play and you know how to convince them to do something that's good for you. But hey, the point of FFA is actually not to win, it's to have the most fun while you play, and that's also a big reason why you should play with people you know and you like. Especially because a game of FFA can take a lot of time. It's not just because 4 people have to click their moves per turn. It's also because FFA is a pretty defensive meta game. Hyper offense is really bad in FFA, and setup is as well. So you would wanna play with people you like so you can chat while playing, maybe even hop into a VC. Who really cares? Point is, playing FFA with strangers is not as fun as playing FFA with friends. But like, duh, of course. Like, that's every fucking game. And I reckon team building doesn't really matter in this format. You can bring stuff like Dedenne and still win. And at the end of the day, if you just want to grab a cheeky win, you can play OU, okay? This is more for having fun with your friends and the other ones. And if you also want to have fun with your friends and the other ones, you can join our FFA server, where we play multiple FFAs daily and we have multiple FFA formats to choose from. I'm a really good salesman. You should buy my vacuum cleaners. So if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, subscribe to me, and maybe join the Discord server. Yeah. Cheers.